Okay, so my name's Mr. Ford, Fitzroy Ford. Hello. I did this project. Well, not project, but we did this as an in-class assignment with my class, and basically we were taking a look at access barriers to people with disabilities. So this was part of a broader discussion about equity, and in terms of our leadership pathway, this is about equity in math. So trying to have those sort of bigger discussions that makes math a little bit more than just a whole bunch of formulas and rote work on paper. So as you can see, I had it set up so that we had individual groups working on different parts of the question, and then as a jigsaw puzzle we all came back and had a group discussion about equity, barriers and barriers to access, and what that means for different types of people. So the quote there, I think everyone can see that. Like that quote, it's it applies pretty well to this discussion, that ongoing discussion that we've been having in the class. So now we can talk to some students and just kind of see what they thought of the process and go from there. Hi kids.
Hi. Hi.
Okay, so introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Sumaya. I'm Nor.
I'm the young Bieber.
I'm Kaifert.
Tosif.
I'm Regina. I'm Mahona.
I'm Daisy.
Okay, awesome. So I just wanted to really ask you guys what you thought about the math lesson that we had, and you know, sort of just what your general experience was with it. So if you could just speak nice and loud so that we can hear you, that would be awesome.
It was very challenging, but at the same time, we still got to finish the assignment together as a group.
It wasn't the easiest, but it was fun.
It wasn't the best way to do math, but it was a good way to find out how we can help.
What sort of ways are you normally used to doing math? Just to answer that, speak to that point.
Normal textbook work.
Textbook work.
And
formulas.
Always
Worksheets.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I do believe in one of our previous discussions, someone said that the math is everywhere. What did you mean by that?
Oh, well, we use math almost every day, almost in everything we do.
Even outside of school.
Like, math is the problem solving, so wherever is the problem, we are trying to find a solution, so we use math. For example, formulas.
Okay.
Even we're in science.
Okay. So what's the most common question that you're asking in math?
What's the formula?
What's the formula? What's the formula? Where's the equation to work with?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any way that you could have made this particular assignment better, more enjoyable for yourselves, or did you like it, or?
It was fun, but really challenging. Maybe it could have been better. Yes.
Personally, I think it was better when we did it in the groups, because we had to do it individually first, and it was kind of really hard, and we didn't really get it. But once you explained it and we got together, it was a lot easier.
Okay.
Yeah, and it would be better if we had an actual wheelchair.
Okay.
Yeah,
If we had a lot of
wheelchair.
So if we had an actual wheelchair in the room, we could kind of get a better idea of how that works. Now, we also had another discussion that was part of this when we were talking about the red and green turtles and how the computer program simulated different turtles wanting to live in different areas. What did you think about that as a sort of introduction to this particular class assignment?
Well, it's kind of related to that because, not disabled people wants to stay with the people that they are not without disabilities. People would.
I think that people with disabilities will want to be around with other people that have the same disability as them, and they would feel left out with if they went to a school with people who don't have disabilities.
Yeah, the turtles really represented how people feel perfectly. If one green turtle is in a sea of red turtles, he's not going to be happy. But it's the same with people with disabilities and stuff. They won't be happy if they're left out and stuff.
It's easier to put the green turtles in one place than the red turtles because that way you can tell how to work with each group, and they're both happy, and it's easier to work with both of the species.
Interesting stuff. So now, what about in terms of the different groups being able to speak to each other. So you talked about people with disabilities sort of being with other people with disabilities and how they may feel not so happy in a space where they're the only person who's disabled. Is that realistic? Maybe we should just put all the people with disabilities together in the same space, or? No. Okay. Maybe what can we do as a group of people in order to work with people with different disabilities? What do you think?
You can make them like
feel welcome.
feel comfortable around other around the people without disabilities. Like, you know, make it easier for them to get around the school or like get to places.
Okay. Last question for you guys. Okay. Would you like to see more of this type of math in the future?
Once in a while.
Once in a while.
Like, how often? What sort of frequency would be good?
Once a unit.
Once a unit.
One question, like a challenging question, in one unit.
That you have to sort of consider as a group and discuss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it makes you think outside of the box, just not solving questions, fractions.
And not only math, like including other things that we can help.
You actually think about disabilities and how we could help.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. I just wanted to thank you very much for your help. Bye-bye.
Bye.